So I destroyed my mental well-being again. The ARK map of Crystal Isles has been invaded by wyverns, with each species relegating themselves to their own respective biomes. If I want to cure Crystal Isles from this fiery scourge, I'll need to do 3 things. Attempt to keep from losing all semblances of sanity which I possess, tame every type of wyvern, and defeat the Crystal Wyvern Queen on all 3 difficulties. Can I do this all within 100 days, or will this challenge prove to be too much for my already weakened psyche? Find out in this episode of Ghoul with Gruel attempting to remove the bees from underneath his skin. The morning of day 1, I woke up on the beach of the Redwoods. I had no idea how I got here. Are you friendly? Oh, fuck. I think it's friendly. Ah! Last thing I remember, I was at the bar attempting to chat up some 6'5" muscle mommy who suspiciously looked very scaly. She must have whacked me on the head and trapped me in this wyvern-themed hellscape as some sort of sadistic kink play. Joke's on her, as I'm able to completely blur the lines between power bottom and soft dom. Goal number 1 is to find a spot where I'm not immediately killed by wyverns. Soon enough, I found a safe spot where I can collect my starter gear in peace. These 100 days just got a whole lot easier as I was able to collect 36 thatch. That's right, bitches. This is gonna carry me all the way to that scaly skanks arena where I'll commit acts unspeakable. What the f? I was not paying attention. Looks like the Redwoods might not be as ghoul safe as I originally assumed. Let's try the central grasslands. Please, 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 please. Ah! I came to find that the crystal wyverns dotted around the map were completely passive. Are you friendly? Okay, it is friendly. Giving me a nice early game tame to get started. Oh god, I need to be level 65? I'm level 9! Seeing as for the foreseeable future, I've been relegated to a purgatory of perpetual leveling, I started crafting cooking pots to level up. Jesus Christ, cooking pots are goated. Why did no one tell me this? This is all your fault. I rely on you guys for information. Oh, oh, what the fuck? Alright, noted. They are only partially passive. I eventually did spawn in the White Shoals section of the map, and it appeared to be completely safe from the hostile full-sized wyverns. Am I safe? Okay, I think I'm safe. It's the morning of day 2, and I'm still whacking rocks, falling trees, sucking cocks, drinking pee in order to craft my cooking pots. My mental state has never been better, however, as when I'm advertised an open-world dinosaur hunting survival game, the mental picture that I paint is this.
There's a lot here to be excited about.
I can't yet build a better base or craft better gear as hide is out of reach for me. Hide is essential for crafting better tools, beds, forges, smithies. It was day 3 by the time I finally reached level 65, and I have finally been allowed to play this game. Oh my fucking god, I'm level 65. As part of this challenge, I'll need to tame all 7 types of tameable wyverns that spawn on the map. My first target will be the piss wyvern. I mean the tropical wyvern. The tropical wyvern is a passive tame, taking crystal as their preferred food, which makes sense. After all, if I spent my entire life chewing on rocks, I would also develop a piss kink. Okay, I've never done this before, but I've seen some YouTube videos about doing it. Come on, come on. Okay. The way you tame a crystal wyvern, if you can't trap it, of course, is by jumping onto its back and holding on for dear fucking life as you wait for each feeding interval. Oh, cool. Yeah, no, cool, awesome. After harvesting some more of those blue crystals, I ignored the phone calls from my parole officer as I set out to get my first tame. Oh, you shall be my first victim. Like the absolute omni-chad that I am, I stood atop the back of that watery worm, unmoving, non-flinching, disinterested, and completely erect, and slowly fed her crystal until she was mine. Heyo! But now for the biggest decision of all. What do I name my first tame? Oh my god, this bitch can squirt. With this huge hurdled, I took Bella out to find a temporary starter base location. It's time to make another leap forward and get my first bit of hide. I really am lucky to now have an extremely indestructible tame like Bella. Oh my god, Bella's getting f***ing railed. Oh, I've said it before and I'll say it again, that confidence is the key to complacency. While I was out on day 5 searching for a base location, I strayed dangerously far outside of the safe beach area and I attracted the aggro of a couple full-size wyverns. Oh, fucking hell. Oh my god, I'm out of fucking stamina. Oh no! Oh my god, Abella got f***ed in the ass. Back to square one. I'm once again playing Left Click Simulator. However, it's a shame I'm not playing Bash Your Head Against the fucking Refrigerator Simulator, as I'd love to do everything in my power to free myself from the bondage this YouTube channel mentally places me under. When I had a sufficient amount of suspicious blue crystal, I consensually hopped onto the back of a nearby piss wyvern and I started slipping crystal into its mouth. Somehow, making sure to answer all of my work emails promptly in order to propagate the illusion that I am not filming ARK Survival Evolved videos during work hours. Eventually, I slipped one too many suspicious blue crystals into this wyvern's mouth and it became completely subservient to me. Heyo! But what to name it? Oh shit, this dude can piss. I took my wyvern out to get some hide to get my base started. After flying around the map looking for a spot sufficient to set up the Ghoul with Gruel Memorial Muscular MILF pad, I found a perfect spot right about here. And now to set up the amenities that will attract said muscular MILFs to my home. If there's one thing they can't get enough of, it's one stone foundation. And if there's one thing that they love to be on top of that one stone foundation, it's one stone forge.
What the hell is even that?
What? I need more hide. Oh, fuck my life.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
With my essentials now placed down, I waited patiently for the aforementioned MILFs to hoard my home. I got a knock on the door, and to my chagrin, I'm greeted with not MILFs, but alpha males. Oh god. Oh! Spewing toxic bile with every sentence that they speak.
And as I stood up, he shat himself.
On day 7, after getting assaulted by more self-proclaimed alpha males, I was no longer willing to subject myself to this caustic vitriol which they refused to stop spouting. I mounted my piss wyvern and went out to find a new base location. I'm sorry, Andrew, I'm not spending $4,000 to enter the war room. In fact, you know what? Here's 3 easy steps to getting a girlfriend from your old pal Ghoul with Gruel. Step 1. Treat women like people. Underrated step. Step 2, have your own genuine interest. Step 3, don't use the word females. There you go, I just saved you $4,000. I eventually did find a new base location atop this pillar here, and because my current piss wyvern is looking a little worse for wear, I think it's probably time to find a breeding partner for it. So I went out and started taming up a high-level female that I had spotted. I pulled out every move that I had to pacify this scaly serpent. I think she even liked my cute little ghoul sneezes. This continued all the way into day number 8, where she decided she had had enough and bashed my head against a rock in order to kill me. Oh! No! Why? I was so fucking close. Jesus fucking Christ, I'm gonna rip my goddamn asshole out of my fucking ass. Oh, fuck my life. Luckily, finishing this tame was as simple as tracking her down and finishing the last couple feedings. Okay, she took a shit, and I'm now on her back. Once she was tamed up, I took her home so she and her mating partner can roleplay as me and your mom. When my female wyvern finally shat out an egg, I set up some standing torches to incubate said egg. Too cold! As much as I love being relegated to this pastel vomit biome which I'm in, it's time to make preparations to move to a slightly less piss-soaked area. While my baby wyvern was maturing, I set out to find some plant species X seeds, and I was luckily able to avoid all of the full-size wyverns and find some seeds relatively close to the safe zone. And after loading my inventory with large crop plots, turret plants, poo, and shit, I took my emotionally neglected imprinted new wyvern and I set out to the grasslands to set up my new base. Christ almighty! With my imprinted wyvern, I should be safe from any hostile creatures that might aggro onto me. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. Cool. Yeah, cool. Awesome. On second thought, the piss biome is actually not that bad. I spent the next couple days building up my base, complete with a bed, a forge, a smithy, crop plots, and a display case for my alien ovipositor dildos. During this, I attempted to take on my first full-size wyvern, and while I was killed off my mount with the toxic vitriol being spewed my way, I sat in my cuck chair patiently waiting for her to get railed by him. In this playthrough, I have the immersive taming mod installed. In order to tame the full-size wyverns, I'll need to gain their respect by presenting them with a wyvern talon that matches their specific flavor of wyvern. Step number 1 to taming my first full-size wyvern is getting this poison talon which I successfully did. Oh my god! With my third starter base now completed, my goal shifts from attempting to establish any amount of self-worth to taming my first full-size wyvern. With the immersive taming mod, I will take the poison talent and I will use it to craft a trophy bait. In order to craft this trophy bait, I will need human hair. Objectively, the most annoying resource to get in the entire game. In this ARK world devoid of modernity, there are no college frat house shower clogs to collect hair from, like I'm used to doing, so I'll need to get obsidian to make scissors to collect my own hair. Let me tell you, it does feel nice to finally be out making progress in this challenge. Oh my god. I've made the executive decision that I'm going to drop my spawn rates. Upon respawning, I sat idly as an innocent piss wyvern gets pegged by my turrets.
Jesus Christ.
I left the house once again to find obsidian. Hopefully this time those dropped spawn rates will make this challenge slightly more playable. Yeah, good thing I dropped my spawn rates. Good thing I did that. And after an entire in-game day of flying around like a fucking idiot, I finally did manage to find some obsidian. Jesus Christ! There obsidian here? Oh, I reckon here's some obsidian. I waited patiently for the full-size wyverns to clear out of the area, and when they did, I swooped down to collect my prize. I didn't bring a pickaxe! Oh, f my life! Guys, get you a woman that gasses you up no matter how mediocre you are. That's the meta. Christ almighty! Basically, anywhere the full-size wyverns are, I just can't do anything. When I was on my way home, I ran out of stamina right near a bukkake of poison wyverns, and I got absolutely gangbanged. God damn it, I'm spending my fucking time doing this instead of getting my ass fucked right. And for the sake of not dragging this out any longer than I need to, I tamed and bred some new piss wyverns, and on day 15, I found some obsidian, mined it, brought it back to my house where I made scissors, and I finally cut my fucking hair, and I can finally craft the fucking trophy. What the fuck? I need blood packs? God damn it, I don't have any keratin. Oh, would you look at that? I have keratin. Typically in these challenges, I'll tweak the plugin as I go in order to make the challenge playable. Later on, I introduce some custom inventory drops when I kill the tropical wyverns. This is just to introduce some essential resources that are impossible to get otherwise, like keratin, poly, absorbent substrate, Ghoul with Gruel themed pocket puss. When day 16 arrived, it was now time to man up. I reinserted my vibrating butt plug and I set out to tame my first full-sized wyvern. Okay, I have my shit. Now I must... Okay. Okay. Now that the wyvern has accepted my trophy bait, the objective is now to not get killed off my mount and best it in the field of combat. No. It's all right. I should have made a gas mask. I'm gonna die. I don't want to die. Just a quick disclaimer that nearly no Ghoul with Gruel trousers were shot in the making of this video. Oh! Ah! Oh, Christ! Fight it. No, I'm not losing. Why did my wyvern die? Oh. Okay, new plan. All able-bodied wyverns will assist me in this fight. You all of you, follow me, subjects. Okay, I'll just let my other wyverns deal with this. Oh, stop attacking. Passive. Stop. Okay, I have the food bait. Mr. Wyvern, eat. Now that the wyvern has been pacified, the objective is to passively feed it and pet it until it is fully tamed. Similar to me. What do you want? Pet. I am petting you, and I'm also naked. Eventually, I realized the strat was to pull out the old climb on its back and hold on for dear life maneuver. I don't have bait. Stop asking for it. Just land so I can shoot bait on the ground so you can... I'm clipping through him currently. And with that, on day 17, the poison wyvern was finally mine. And while the poison wyvern is by far the biggest beta bitch boy of all of the flavors of wyvern, it's still far more powerful than any crystal wyvern you'll come across. Okay, googly guy is acquired. Now all I have to do is everything else. And with this new creature, I can start collecting those boner-inducing lightning talons, allowing me to then tame up some equally arousing lightning wyverns. I then took Googly Guy out to some plant species Z's to heal up in preparation to get those lightning talons, which I'll use to physically claw out all of the memory of this godforsaken game from my mind. The ever-elusive lightning wyverns have found harbor here in the Floating Islands biome. Googly Guy and I made it there by the nightfall of day 17, prepared to spend as long as it takes to find these evasive reptiles. Oh, there he is. I did manage to find my first lightning wyvern, and despite my alpha male wyvern's penile insignificance, it's nothing that the steroid of ghoul servitude can't fix. Googly Guy was able to temporarily hide his extreme self-image issues and be useful for once by falling this mighty lightning wyvern, and so conversely, we retrieved our first lightning talon. But not before I got distracted by shiny squirrel. After all, there's a reason it takes me 2 months to upload a single YouTube video. What the f is this? In case you're wondering what happens when you mix Ghoul with Gruel, aerobatics, low stamina, and hordes of poison wyverns, wonder no longer, because this is what you get. Oh! Oh no! All is not lost, however, because I took one of my piss wyverns back to the Floating Islands to collect my shit, completing my first of many pointless 10-minute journeys across this gigantic ass map. These journeys will become the bane of my existence in this challenge. God knows how much I love holding down the E key for 10 minutes straight with no Subway Surfers or Minecraft parkour to keep my brain sufficiently rotted. And now it's time for the return journey home. Next is to craft the lightning trophy bait, which requires 10 hair, which I don't have. So for the sake of this not turning into I survived 100 days AFK, find out what happens next, I went ahead and I added human hair to the custom loot drop script that I wrote. Now for those of you thinking that this is overpowered, might I kindly suggest that you, go fuck yourself. I then spent the better part of day 19 ass blasting my way through these piss wyverns to feast on the succulent piss-soaked loot that they drop. And after collecting my reward of human hair, I faked being interested when I found an ass quality crossbow. Ooh, there we go. I want to tame a lightning wyvern, but the Floating Islands are surrounded by poison wyverns, so my new goal shifts to placing a fabricator down so that I can craft the gas mask. If I'd like to place said fabricator, I'll need to collect oil. Typically in ARK, you can only find oil in snowy areas. Now, I normally avoid the cold for many reasons. For example, some of us are showers, some of us are growers, and then there's me, who's neither. The snow biome is a test of physical endurance as much as it is a mental one. Dude, I've been flying around for an hour now. Where is this oil? Although during times of hardship like this, when I'm at my lowest, I think about the fact that Ernest Shackleton and a crew of 27 men were stranded in the Antarctic tundra for nearly 2 years. And it makes me realize that my struggle is far greater than theirs was, as they'll never understand the mental anguish of not having oil in Funny Dinosaur Game. Upon respawning, I mounted a backup piss wyvern and I flew the breadth of this entire map once again to collect my shit. I collected my shit and I set out once again to find oil. This time with the power of Google search at my disposal, I managed to find oil. What is that sound? What am I listening to? With the oil back in my house, it's now time to get some more metal. I often get told that I should upload my unedited game footage, and to that, I offer the rebuttal of this. I found metal near my base, shoved it up my ass, flew home, and crafted up my fabricator. With my fab now placed down, I can craft up the gas mask protecting me from those pesky alpha male wyverns spewing their toxic vomit at me. Realizing that I forgot to add the absorbent substrate to my custom loot script, I went ahead and I added that in, loaded back into the game, killed some wyverns, got my sponge, made my gas mask, and emotionally broke down. Additionally, I found this absolute gem of a shotgun while I was out farming wyvern drops. Oh, what the f? When did I get this? Now that I'm nearly prepared to enter the Floating Islands again, I waited by a plant species Z for my wyvern to passively heal back to full health. What the fuck was that sound? And on the morning of day 22, I'm as prepared as I can be to tame this lightning wyvern. I loaded my inventory up with prime meat bait. I also wang-jangled that trophy bait together, and when I did, I set out to the extremely deadly Floating Islands. And now here's a comprehensive guide to emotional manipulation. Step 1 is to identify a victim that's already somewhat distant from their current support system. That's friends, family, co-workers. That way you're less likely to draw attention to yourself from those pesky interlopers. As a manipulator, you're already so emotionally fragile that even one of these bystanders noticing could absolutely destroy you. Step 2 is to slowly separate them from said support system so that the only person in their life is you. Once your victim is sufficiently isolated, you'll now need to reinforce their trust in you. Trust which you will shatter. This step is incredibly crucial, so make sure you don't fuck it up. Okay, I cannot waste this. I have to use this intelligently. I breezed over it, but this is my third attempt taming a lightning wyvern. I'm not taking any chances with this one. I've got a spare bed placed down, as well as a trap with behemoth gates to immobilize the wyverns. I learned my lesson with Googly Guy, so I'm prepared to tame up both a male and a female lightning wyvern. That way I can breed them together, and if I lose that wyvern, then it's no harm, no foul. The female wyvern that I found and isolated was level 175, so I started luring her into my trap so that I could begin the taming process. I continued the loop of feeding and petting, maintaining my composure the entire time. Eat food. Okay, we are friends. Please do not eat. Ah! I'm okay. Well, you can get party girl bathwater in Terraria. Oh! Lightning wyvern is mine. Oh, cool. She came out with 49 fucking food. Next was to tame up a male breeding partner for her. Smidgen Nipley. That was my stripper name. The male that I had isolated was level 170 with 30 natural melee, which is very good. Getting this wyvern into my trap proved to be slightly more difficult than I would have preferred, however. Well, there goes my fucking tropical wyvern. After plenty of fanang jangling and wang slangling, on the morning of day 27, I finally managed to get this lightning wyvern into my trap. Got him. Once that was done, taming it was as simple as taming it. My favorite color of cat is purple. Did you just shit this out? What the fuck? It just shit out pelt. And with my 2 wyverns now in my possession, I can finally return home to start the incredibly thrilling process of breeding. First thing I did when I got home was breed my 2 wyverns together and hatch the egg. Funnily enough, my first baby came out orange with a melee mutation. I spent the rest of the day AFK healing my piss wyverns, waiting for my baby wyvern to mature up. Day 28, I spent AFK waiting to imprint. Don't you just love ARK so much? Additionally, I took this time to father the children, which my breeder wyverns kindly shat out. While all of my babies are raising up, now is a great time to commit unspeakable acts upon the local rock population. This is the amount of stone that I got after farming all fucking day. Like, how is this fair, wildcard? How in the world is this fucking fair? My orange wyvern is now fully raised up, and I will now feed him the flesh of his brethren to make him stronger. Okay, actually, what the fuck am I gonna name this thing? Mr. Sins is gonna be my battering ram to help me penetrate the center of this map. I'll need him to be as dominant as he can be, so I took him to some plant species to heal from the physical trauma his childhood inflicted upon him. My wyvern breeding operation is running at full efficiency. The more wyverns I hatch, the more wyverns I create in a never-ending exponential loop of abominable acts against nature. I then continued once again farming stone to build my new base. I think it may be taking a toll on my mental state, however. Oh my fucking god! While I was out farming wood for Mr. Sins, I realized I should probably level a dedicated carry weight wyvern. So I took one of my extra lightning wyverns, hatched up a few eggs, and Anakin Skywalkered their asses. On this female wyvern, I leveled only her weight stat, getting her to a whopping 2,700 pounds of carry weight. I had no other choice but to name her Lean Beef Patty. And for the rest of day 29, I spent the better part of day 30 farming the last bits of rock, thatch, and wood for my new base. I then crafted up all of my structures, loaded up my wyvern's inventory, and set out to the grasslands central to this map. My new base location was surrounded by ember wyverns, which are passive, but I would also be surrounded by the larger and far more aggressive fire wyverns. Mr. Sins, however, thrives in aggression, and was able to annihilate all nearby fire wyverns. When it was safe, I placed down my house, placed my beds. I then set up plenty of turret plants around the house in a desperate attempt to keep myself safe in this hostile environment. Each time a wyvern would aggro onto me, I would ride Mr. Sins and he would then release his lightning breath. Day 32 was spent finishing up my base, killing fire wyverns, and moving all of my resources over from my old base to my new base. With my lightning wyverns continuously breeding, I had amassed a sizable amount of eggs. In preparation to raise up my boss fighters, I started crafting up healing brews. Why am I doing this? That's a good question, you cretin. I have the Dino Healing Brew mod installed, giving me a craftable that allows me to heal creatures by a % of their health. Additionally, I need to place down an AC to hatch all of these eggs up. So I took Mr. Sins out to farm poly from the tropical wyverns. It is nice to have such a powerful tame and not have to worry about getting killed by these weak-ass piss wyverns. To recover from that devastating loss, I immediately replaced Mr. Sins with a new lightning wyvern, appropriately named Dr. Sins. On the morning of day 37, I fed Dr. Sins some more wyvern babies and leveled him up to a rectum-piercing 1100 damage. Dr. Sins and I then set out to collect the poly that Mr. Sins and I could not. We killed some wyverns, collected our poly, made our way home where I crafted up 2 air conditioners. I then hatched up my child soldiers who will be sacrificing themselves so that I can kill the wyvern queen. And now it's time to get the artifacts, despite the fact that I don't want to get the artifacts. Okay, time to get the artifacts. Despite the fact that I don't want to get the artifacts. Hey, I just said that. On Crystal Isles, there are 18 artifacts sprinkled around the map. The first boss I'll be taking on will be the Gamma Crystal Wyvern Queen, who requires 5 artifacts: the artifact of the Massive, Devious, Skylord Immune, and Brute. So let's tackle one at a time. The first artifact I'll be yoinking will be the artifact of the Massive, which is what they used to call me back in college. The artifact of the Massive can be found in this river here. So when Dr. Sins and I made it to the location, I made sure to be as careful as I could to not attract the aggro of a nearby fire wyvern. I got the artifact and I managed to escape with my life, somehow. Next is the artifact of the Devious, which is around here on the map somewhere. Where the fuck is this goddamn artifact? Amidst this mask of sanity, I was slowly losing my mind from trying to find this fucking artifact. I was genuinely just flying around like a fucking idiot for almost an hour. During this, I was luckily able to find a blood wyvern egg, meaning after I hatch this up, I will have tamed 4 out of the 7 tameable wyverns. Ooh, blood wyvern egg. Oh my god. And once the guardian of this map decided that she had destroyed my psyche enough, she eventually allowed the artifact to finally spawn. I hate this fucking game. Upon returning home, I displayed my artifact proudly as I reflected on where it was in my life that led me to this moment, where it all went wrong. I then hatched up my blood wyvern egg, completing my 4th of 7 mandatory tames. What the fuck? This thing is fucking ugly. I then set out for the artifact of the Skylord, and on the way there, I realized it's probably time to move over to ASA. Jesus Christ, this game looks like shit. I got the artifact and immediately set out to the artifact of the Immune, which is located in the Redwoods. Jesus Christ, there's so many of them. I think the artifact is over here. Hey, yo. There it is. Oh, bruh. Fuck off. Get off my ass. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god, are you serious? Jesus Christ. ARK Survival Evolved is the only game where I can get pissed over getting fire breathed through a fucking log. I took my piss wyvern out in order to save my shit and Dr. Sins, and after far too much time flying around, I found my stuff and shoved the artifact up my ass. Okay, that's artifact 4 out of 5, I think. And the last one I need is the artifact of the Brute. See, I don't know why ARK Survival Ascended was even necessary. ARK Survival Evolved looks great. I don't see anything wrong with the graphics in ARK Survival Evolved. I'm trapped in a low polygon purgatory. What is happening? Oh my god, I have been returned to my home dimension. When I did eventually get to the artifact spot, for some reason, it decided to roleplay as my father and refused to spawn in. Although the artifact detected there was no sanity left to sap and it decided to spawn. Oh, now it decides to spawn in. And I can now cancel my online order for a pair of Hello Kitty thigh highs. When I returned home, I killed a pesky fire wyvern flying around my base.
Oh no. Oh no.
I now have all 5 artifacts necessary to fight my first boss. I then raised up my last of 3 lightning wyverns I'll take into this fight. It's the morning of day 42 and my boss killer squad is now ready to go. Last thing I need to do is beat this alpha blood wyvern into submission until it relinquishes its body parts to me, which I successfully did. Okay, time for my first boss fight. If I lose this, then I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. Oh, all right, here we go. All right, go get her. What the What was that? Oh my god, we are not doing a ton of damage to her. Oh no, unnamed Wyvern B. Both of my unnamed wyverns were killed in combat, and Dr. Sins and I were left to kill the scaly skank alone. Come on. Yes! Oh my god. Oh, both of my other lightning wyverns fucking died. Oh, Jesus Christ, that was so fucking close. Now that I've completed my first boss fight, it's time to pull the thumb of complacency out of my proverbial ass and complete my next mandatory tame, the fire wyvern. So I gathered up all of the materials and I crafted up the fire wyvern bait. My intention is to use these in a boss fight, so I'll attempt to tame some fairly high level wyverns. Eventually, I was able to spot a level 165 wyvern that looked primed for Ghoul servitude, so I aggroed it and lured it into my trap with very little difficulty. Okay. Ah! There was an extra level 15 wyvern in the trap, so I decided to murder it in cold blood in front of its friend. First impressions, after all, are indeed everything. Now it's time to offer this trophy bait to this flying napalm dispenser. All right, just take a chill pill, buddy. All right, eat this. Ah! I'm sorry. He eventually did accept the trophy, and I was free to pacify him by shooting him directly in the face. Fire wyvern is what? My cowardly tactics? What are you talking about? Apparently, if I wanted to tame him, I'll need to let him out of the trap, despite the fact that this worked for the lightning wyverns. Letting him out is an issue, however, seeing as I don't want to. So I deployed Dr. Sins, and I did something that my dominatrix refuses to do for me. I let him out. When I did eventually pacify him, I then followed him around the map for far too long, waiting for him to land, which he eventually did. I then hopped onto his back and fed him until he was tamed, therefore completing my 5th of 7 mandatory tames. Ooh, 42 melee, not bad. Because I intend to bring fire wyverns into my next boss fight, I set out to tame a female fire wyvern. Let's see how that went. Okay, that is doable. Oi, you, follow me. Okay, here we go. Ah! Ah! I'm gonna fucking die. Oh my god. Oh my god, Dr. Sins is so fucking dead. Oh shit. Oh shit. Dr. Sins, please. Oh, fuck my life. Oh my god. Okay, whatever. I don't care. You. Out of my way! Just eat that. Alright. Chill out. Just eat that. Oh, chill out. Oh! Okay. Oh my fucking god. Are you serious? Are you fucking kidding me? What? Please land. Please just fucking land. Oh, Christ. Oh, fuck. No. Not again. Oh my god. I'm fucking dead. Oh my god. Ah. Oh my god. Okay, good. Follow me. Just eat one. Over here. Each one. Oh! I tamed her. Okay. Calm down. It took more than 3 days to do this, but I finally managed to tame a breeding partner for my male wyvern. During this buffoonery, I managed to tame an ember wyvern, meaning I only have one remaining mandatory tame, that tame being the ice wyvern. Additionally, Dr. Sins was killed during this, so I had to replace him with Professor Sins. It's now day 48, and after I bred up my fire wyverns, I let the baby mature as I took Lean Beef Patty out for a medal run. And now is a good time to remind you that if you subscribe to my only ghouls by clicking this join button on my channel, then you'll be able to get all kinds of exclusive perks, including video sneak peeks, and you'll get the plugin that I wrote for this challenge and the plugins that I wrote for all of my previous challenges as well. Upon returning home, I fed my new imprinted fire wyvern some babies to make him strong. Day 49 through 53 were unironically spent doing absolutely nothing. My life is a perpetual series of tumultuous events. Someone please help me, I am trapped. In preparation to the beta crystal wyvern queen, I crafted up some scuba gear so that I can collect all of the necessary sex toys. I mean, artifacts. And for the sake of respecting your time, over the next couple days, I collected all of the necessary artifacts to fight this boss. Those artifacts include the artifact of the clever, the cunning, the depth, the devourer, the hunter, and the strong. And now that my collection of artifacts is greater than my collection of alien ovipositor dildos, I leveled and healed my army of 3 lightning wyverns and 3 fire wyverns. Once they were all grown, I took Professor Sins out to kill some alpha wyverns, which I did. I named all of my wyverns, I deployed my wyverns onto the platform, and I summoned my second of 3 bosses. This boss fight started promising, but quickly went south when I realized the huge mistake I had made. Oh, now let's ask a question that I'm constantly asking myself. What went wrong? The mistake that I made was bringing 3 lightning wyverns and 3 fire wyverns. Now, this is an issue because lightning hurts fire and fire hurts lightning. So all of my wyverns were mostly taking damage from all of my wyverns. Additionally, I learned after some extensive research that the wyvern queen is in fact immune to fire damage. So it looks like the solution to my problem will be to just spam lightning wyverns. On the morning of day 60, I left my breeders to do what they do best, and I set out to recollect all of the artifacts. When I got home on day 62, I deployed my baby lightning wyverns to get them ready to fight for me the second that they reach maturity. When they were all imprinted, raised, leveled, and healed, I named the successor to Professor Sins, and I summoned the beta crystal wyvern queen for a second attempt. Jesus, it's chaos! All right, come on, come on, come on. She's so low. Oh, yes. Oh my God, yes. I'm nearing the end of this run, and I have only 1 wyvern left to tame, 1 boss left to slay, and 1 foot left to sniff. Let's start by completing my last tame. Day 66 and 67 were spent crafting up the trophy and the food baits necessary to tame the ice wyvern. I also took this time to farm up some cactus broth as to avoid the shit show that was taming the fire wyverns. When I was fully ready, and definitely not after 1 failed attempt, I aggroed an ice wyvern and led it back to my home to get into my trap. I fed it the bait, and for some reason, it didn't realize it was in a trap. That fucking idiot. I pacified it, fed it, and soon enough, the last mandatory tame was tamed. Over the next in-game week, I would collect all of the remaining artifacts, which went smoothly, except for the artifact of the pack. Oh my God, what the f- Oh my God, what the f- What the f- That is a very dangerous place. Okay, yeah, I have to leave. This is just too many. In order to finally get it, I crafted up some ghillie armor and used cactus broth to avoid aggro. And with all of the artifacts collected for the final boss fight, I hatched and raised my army of lightning wyverns, collected all of the alpha talents required, squeezed all of my wyverns onto the platform, and summoned the alpha crystal wyvern queen. All right, you slimy bitch. Jesus Christ, it's absolute pandemonium. All right, there she goes. Oh my God, I can't see anything. Oh my God, we're gonna do it. We're gonna fucking do it. Oh! Oh my God. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, I did it. I did it in under 100 days. Crystal Wyvern Queen has been defeated. Oh my God, this one only had 600 fucking health. With the Crystal Wyvern Queen now defeated, the Wyvern Scourge has been removed from this arc. And in its absence, life can once again flourish. What the fuck? It's only day 77.